Elif had just moved into her new apartment, a quiet, sunless studio on the 5th floor. Everything was cheap, second-hand, including the antique mirror she bought from a dusty little shop. The shopkeeper had said it was handmade and one of a kind. Elif liked the detail in its wooden frame, the way it made the cramped room feel larger. But after the first night, she began to notice strange things. When she brushed her teeth, her reflection blinked just a second too late. When she walked past it quickly, she swore she saw the reflection still standing. She laughed it off. "I'm just tired," she muttered, trying to ignore the crawling feeling in her chest. But every night, at exactly 3:33 a.m., she would wake up and find the mirror fogged over, even though the room was cold. On the 4th night, she stood in front of it, watching, waiting. Seconds passed. Then, without her moving, her reflection smiled. She froze. Her own face smiling without her control, lips curling upward in a slow, taunting grin. Her body remained still, heart pounding. "Is this a dream?" she whispered. The reflection mouthed back the words, but not at the same time. It was delayed, like a bad video call. And then it began to move on its own. Elif backed away. She covered the mirror with a sheet. That night, she slept with the lights on. But the next day, the sheet was gone. The mirror was clean. Her reflection was normal. She almost laughed at herself. "Maybe I'm losing it," she said to her friend on the phone. Her friend replied, "You should rest. Maybe even talk to someone." "I'm fine," Elif insisted. But her voice felt thin, like she didn't believe herself. That night, she looked into the mirror again. The reflection seemed tired, pale, different. And then, without warning, the mirror cracked. A hairline fracture ran across her reflection's eye. But Elif hadn't moved. She leaned in, touched the glass, and suddenly, the light flickered. Her reflection moved faster than she did, raising its hand first, pressing against the other side. For one terrifying moment, their fingertips touched, glass in between. Then Elif's reflection whispered something, barely audible. "Your turn." Darkness. She woke up the next morning on the floor. Her head ached. She looked around the room. Everything looked the same, except the mirror. She was inside it. Elif screamed, but no sound came out. On the other side, her reflection, now alive, now her, walked away from the mirror with a smile. She couldn't move, couldn't blink, could only watch. And outside the glass, Elif began to live her life, answering her phone, leaving the apartment, wearing her face. But she wasn't Elif, not anymore.